What if there was a better way to know when to increase or change the dose of your GLP-1? Hi, I'm Jill White. I am a clinical wellness pharmacist, a certified personal trainer, a peptide expert, and the CEO of Innovate Wellness, an online and brick and mortar weight loss clinic. And this is my personal journey using tirzepatide, the GLP-1/GIP combination peptide for weight loss. This is my week 5 update. So just to close in on week 4, in case you have just come from that video or have watched it recently, I had lost 9 pounds in the 26 days of that video. And so I was confident in it that I would lose a full 10 within the 28 or 30 days that makes up a month. And so I just wanted to check in and say, sure enough, that happened. By day 28, really, I had hit the 10-pound mark, but we'll just call it the first month I lost 10 pounds. And so that was really exciting. I was happy to be there. And now just to continue my journey now through week 5. Also, I did mention in that video that I had injured my back on Monday at the gym, and that by Friday when I did the video that I was like, okay, I think I can maybe go to the gym, maybe do light today, but for sure by this weekend or Monday. Well, wouldn't you know, about 2 hours after I recorded that video, I moved a little wrong, as I can do, and I retweaked my back. And this time it was actually hurting worse than when I initially heard it on Monday. So I've actually been out in a decent amount of pain most of the week, really trying to ice it and do some topical therapy to it. I had a massage on Sunday because it's definitely musculature, I think. Even though my spine is pretty jacked up too. And then on top of that, Saturday evening into Sunday, I started just getting this horrible upper respiratory congestion, couldn't breathe, just so full of stuff. It was a rough week through Wednesday at least. Because of that, I was not wanting to have so much whey because whey increases or dairy increases mucus. And so I probably wasn't hitting my protein the way I am like super adamant about hitting it for those first few days of this week. I obviously have not been back to the gym because I have been really nursing my back hard, and I'm hoping by Monday I'll be okay to go back to the gym because, as you know, that's a non-negotiable. Lifting weights and getting our protein in is necessary. Um, so all of that said, even with all of that happening, I still did lose 2 pounds this week. And so I am now officially down 12 pounds in 5 weeks. So that was really nice thing this morning when I weighed in. I will also check back in. I know some of my older videos I mentioned that when I was doing the microdosing, when I started, that's why my dosing is a little different than a lot of people's because I started with microdosing and then transitioned to weekly dosing, which is what you should do is just do weekly dosing. Don't do micro dosing slash transit, have to transition and all that. But I was feeling hypoglycemic and I was feeling really bad when I was doing those 3 injections per week. And I can now say, after multiple weeks of weekly dosing, I have not felt that way even a little bit, not one time. And so it was definitely the dosing pattern and not the medication. So I'm happy to report that as well. I have, because of the way I transitioned, I had been taking 2 milligrams for my weekly dose. And so that's a little bit under the normal starting dose. Typically, people start at 2.5 milligrams of tirzepatide specifically, but I was taking 2 milligrams and I was doing really well on it. And then I will say by this Wednesday, I started to have some cravings. Now, I was sick, I was injured. Could those cravings have been from not doing the best that I could be as far as nutrition goes? Possibly, right? Like typically our cravings are because we are nutrient deficient in something. So there's definitely a chance. But the fact that I was having cravings was something that I did not want to have. So I kind of made the decision that for this dose, I would go up. I would increase my dose here. And if you remember in my last video, which I will link below, for the week 4 update, I had no foreseeable plan to have to increase my dose because I was doing so well on the 2 milligrams. But like I said, by today, I decided to go ahead and go up. And that being said, I'm actually on a weird 4 milligram dose, which is the beauty about compounding. Like you can really get personalized dosing because we're using a compounded peptide. But I didn't want to go from my 2 milligrams to the next increase, which is typically 5 milligrams, because most people go from 2.5 to 5. So I just doubled my dose from 2 to 4 milligrams. And that's really the point that I wanted to drive home here, is that it's not about, okay, I'm on week 5, I should increase to 5 milligrams. Because my 5th week dose, because technically this is for my 6th week going forward dose, but for my 5th week dose, I was still at 2 milligrams. But it's about listening to your body. It's about listening to the cravings. And that's how you're going to make sure that you have the best experience and the least amount of nausea or vomiting or other side effects from the medications. Like instead of following this strict, okay, after 1 month, we're at 5 milligrams. After 2 months, we're at 7.5 milligrams, right? It doesn't have to be that regimented. It can be specific to you. And that's the beauty of using a compounded peptide so it can be personalized and working with a team that will personalize it for you. So all of that to say, yes, now at week 6, I am starting to go up to my next dose increase to 4 milligrams. Maybe I'll like go to 5 next time just to be on like a normal person's schedule. I don't know. That kind of then defeats all the purpose of what I just said about listening to your body and not having side effects and stuff. But it's weird. It's hard to do these videos and update you when my dosing is so different. But maybe I'd take one for the team. That's really my update. I have to say, just as an aside, I am prepared for the time when I don't march 2 pounds down every week. I know it will happen. There's always a time to plateau and then have to make some adjustments. And I'm ready for it. I will definitely bring that to you when it happens. But for right now, I'm not going to complain about losing 2 pounds per week. Definitely don't want it to be muscle though. So I'm ready to get back into the gym. And then the last thing I really wanted to talk to you about today was the program that I am launching with Innovate Wellness. It is called the Innovate 90 Protocol. And it is basically what I'm doing, but for you. And it is where I will guarantee, not I will, I do guarantee that you will lose 30 pounds in 90 days by following my protocol. And I am opening up 5 spots for the beta launch. If you're watching this as it's released, we start September 1st with the first beta group. If you're watching this after that, there will be other cohorts starting, so definitely check for the information. I'll put the link in the comments so you can get more info if you're interested in being in this beta group, because basically we're going to be down 30 pounds by Thanksgiving time and going into holidays. And what an amazing time to already be down in weight. And then being on the peptide, it'll be so easy to not gain it back through the holidays. So again, that's my Innovate 90 protocol. I'm very excited about helping people do this and being able to guarantee it, because I know that if you follow my protocol, you definitely will succeed. So that's really all I have for today. Thanks for being here. Be sure, please leave me a comment below, because I get so many people reaching out to me personally about how much that you appreciate these videos and that you're following along and that you like them. But it really does help the algorithm on YouTube to get the information out to other people if you actually like comment below instead of just telling me. I mean, I appreciate you telling me anyways, but I would love it even if you would comment below, continue to like the video, make sure and subscribe, maybe share the video with someone who has considered taking a GLP-1 or someone who's talked bad about GLP-1s before that could use a little bit of a friendly nudge to see that they're not the terrible things that maybe we have been told that they are when they're used appropriately. So anyways, until next time, I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.